skilled-trade labor gap is becoming increasingly important to the region's long-term sustainability.
Skilled trades is no longer something to fall back on. It's a first-choice career. It is a very lucrative field to get into, very rewarding and challenging.
I'm Deanne McCallum in Midland for Rogers TV.
Want to share news from your area? We'd love to hear from you. Email us with your community updates and be part of the conversation.
For 25 years, you've been helping to make our roads safer by doing the right thing. You've been the designated driver, you've stayed over, called home, you've called a cab or a friend, and planned ahead. Let's keep doing the right thing. Support sober driving by getting yourself and your friends home safely.
Do the right thing.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
We'll do the Frisbee toss during the second intermission of today's game. During the first intermission, the U7s will take to the floor. Thank you so much for joining us for this very special day. Today, we gather to honor the life and legacy of Matthew Eckert, past player and coach of the Owen Sound Junior B NorthStars and a cherished member of our community. In recognition of Matt's lasting contributions to this organization, both on the floor and behind the bench, we will retire his number 43, so it will forever be known as Eckies. Matt was a proud Owen Sound native, remembered by family and friends for his intelligence, kindness, and deep compassion. He carried himself with openness and integrity, and his enthusiasm, paired with an easy sense of humor, left a lasting impression on all who knew him. People will also remember the steady encouragement and genuine care he showed to those around him. A dedicated athlete, Matt came up through Owen Sound minor lacrosse and hockey organizations before competing at the junior level in both sports. He was a respected teammate of the Owen Sound Grays, Mount Forest Patriots, and Guelph Hurricanes hockey organizations. His love for lacrosse never wavered. He was drafted by the St. Catharines Junior A organization before joining the Orangeville Northmen, where he proudly helped win a Minto Cup championship. In his honor, a memorial bench has been installed on the grounds of the Bayshore Arena, where he spent countless hours playing and coaching. After his playing career, and as he began teaching, Matt poured his energy into coaching, a role he found deeply rewarding. He was committed to developing young athletes on and off the floor, pairing high standards with steady encouragement. More than wins and losses, he focused on creating an environment where every student and player felt supported, respected, and valued. Matt treated every player with compassion and respect, always seeing the person before the athlete. That perspective was at the heart of how he led, in the classroom and on the bench. As the Junior B team moves forward, his example will continue to shape their commitment to dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship for years to come. Matt's commitment to community and youth development lives on through two important initiatives. Rooted in Matt's belief in giving back, the Matthew Eckert Charitable Gift Fund was created to provide financial assistance to initiatives which empower youth to grow through mental wellness, sport, and education. The fund has supported a range of meaningful initiatives, including lacrosse programs at Walkerton District Secondary School and Sacred Heart Secondary School, scholarships at Owen Sound Secondary School and Walkerton District Secondary School, and bringing Elizabeth Manley to Hockey Fest, promoting mental health in sports while working with youth on the ice, along with many other impactful events within the Grey Bruce communities. In partnership with this fund, the Junior B Lacrosse organization is proud to support the Matt Eckert Junior B NorthStars Athletic Memorial Scholarship, awarded annually to one male and one female graduating student from Owen Sound District Secondary School who demonstrates leadership, sportsmanship, and commitment to athletics, values that Matt consistently exemplified.
Yeah, Eki was like a best friend. He was one of my biggest role models. I looked up to him every day, not just as a lacrosse player, but also a good human being. He led by example, and he's missed every day, truly, not just for me, but this whole team and this whole community, especially the lacrosse community.
To start, it was impossible to be around him without smiling. He was such a ray of energy and just making everybody stay positive. First year, I injured my wrist, second game of the season, and he was the first one to call instantly, kept me in a positive headspace. And I know I wasn't the only one he supported. He was definitely more invested in us as people than lacrosse players, and lacrosse was just a second to the real life that he was teaching us.
Yeah, Eckert, he was a special guy. I miss him every day. It's not the same coaching without him, but we're playing for him this year, and we miss him big time.
Eki meant a lot to me, not only just this team, but also the community that he taught in too. Being from around that way, he did a lot of work with the school team there, getting lacrosse going there, which is a big thing, you know, developing down there to come up here to Owen Sound, creating a big family. He was one of the happiest guys you'd see. He'd be more excited than anyone if our own perfected a play and pulling in the net, or when you had the D guys running up and tranny and scoring, he'd be just as hyped as anyone else, and just showed how much he cared for you and how he was as a person, always looking out for everyone around him and putting them before himself.
Eki was more than a coach. He was a friend, and off the floor he made an impact as well as on the floor. His smile would always light up the room, no matter how good of a day you're having or how bad of a day you're having. When he came in and smiled, you know your day was going to be better, and just chatting with him was just, it was awesome.
Yeah, Eki to me and to a lot of other people was, you know, a role model, a big brother, a mentor, all packed into one person. He was the reason why a lot of guys showed up to the arena and left the arena with a smile on their face. Anyone who had the pleasure of being coached by Eki would say the same thing. You know, he was just a great overall person and a great coach.
Yeah, Eki was kind of like a big brother for our group, someone that was extremely supportive, always had everyone's back, made sure to always check in on his people, brought a positive attitude everywhere he was, made sure to always make us smile, and definitely left a lasting impression.
Fans, at this time, we ask for a moment of silence in memory of Matt Eckert, as well as Danica Baker, Olivia Rourke, Rowan McLeod, and Cadence Ford, who lost their lives in a motor vehicle accident on May 23rd, 2025. Thank you. On behalf of the Eckert family and Tegan, we extend our heartfelt thanks to the entire lacrosse community for your unwavering support, compassion, and dedication to keeping Eki's legacy alive. Your kindness over the past year has meant more than words can express. We know Matt would be deeply moved to see this community come together the way it has. He was incredibly proud of his Junior B boys. Please remember, he's always with you. Now, please turn your attention to center floor, where Travis Gibbons, head coach, Brandon Stauffer, vice president, and Mark Hemstock, president of the Junior B NorthStars, will present the Eckert family with ceremonial jerseys in honor and remembrance of Matt. We now ask that Vance Delpay of the Windsor Clippers and Taylor Bennett of the Owen Sound NorthStars please join the Eckert family at center floor for a ceremonial face-off. Thank you. Fans, we acknowledge the land we play on is the traditional and treaty territory of the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation, which is comprised of the Chippewas of Saugeen and the Chippewas of Nawash Unceded First Nation. We also acknowledge that lacrosse, known as the Creator's Game, was gifted to the Haudenosaunee and adopted by many other nations. It holds deep spiritual and cultural significance. The Owen Sound Junior B organization is dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and is committed to moving forward in the spirit of reconciliation with the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation through respect, sport, and community. And fans, now if you're able, please rise and remove your hats for our national anthem.
game underway. We had a tremendous ceremony here this afternoon for Matt Eckert, for those of you who are tuning in with the lake. And I'm here alongside Spencer Byers, and Spencer is all ready to roll.
Thank you so much, Steve. Obviously a really important game, not just for the standings for the Owen Sound NorthStars, but also, of course, honoring Matt Eckert, having, as you can tell, a litany of current and former athletes, coaches, and of course the family of Matt Eckert, who passed away a year ago yesterday in a car accident not too far from London, on the way back from a softball game representing his job at Walkerton District Secondary School, or actually Walkerton District Community School, WDCS. And obviously you saw during that video how much he means and meant to, I'll say, all the athletes, but not just the athletes, also the organization and the community as a whole.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Matt touched many lives in many circumstances, and he is sorely missed.
The Clippers now get ready for a game that, I'm not going to say matters as much to them, but in the standings, just about. Both these teams are at the bottom half currently of the Junior B standings, and a win for both could pull them a little bit closer to a litany of other teams above them at the 4-4, 4-5 is currently, I believe, both Owen Sound and Windsor are 3-7 on the regular season.
Yeah, this is it's a paramount of importance to both teams if they have any playoff aspirations. Obviously, Owen Sound has probably played much better than their record would indicate. They've lost a lot of close games against a lot of tough opponents, and but nonetheless, both teams are coming in here with three wins on the slate so far.
The face-off will be taken. Nathan Coverdale will take it for the Owen Sound NorthStars. Tied up, and it looks to be won by the Clippers, who will get the first possession of tonight's game. Quickly up the floor they come, right through the middle. Good save there by Jacob Flooney, who gets the start tonight for the Owen Sound NorthStars. Last night in St. Catharines, it was the start for Miles Plater, so it was a pretty normal expectation to think Flooney was going to play. With how good he's played in his time for the backup netminder, you have to expect it's a pretty good decision. And now that shot saved by the Windsor Clippers off a good run there by Colton McKechnie, who's been red hot the last week or so.
Yeah, I would think if you're the Windsor coaching staff, you would be paying attention to the box scores if you haven't been able to have game film, and you don't want to leave McKechnie alone one-on-one.
No, you do not. The Clippers now up to the top. Fakes a shot there. That one's saved by Flooney. Attempt by Van Stelpe. Well, up against the boards, that ball just kind of fisted towards Stelpe, and it's retrieved. Played all the way around now by the black shirts. Played back right through the offensive player there as Bennett gets in the way. Bennett just trying to whack it towards the line, and he will get it there, and they'll call the over and back. Retrieved now by Ryan Vole, who waits for his whistle and gets it. Vole. Played over for Brock McElmoyle, right around 1, 2, 3. McElmoyle in! That one saved by the foot there, and Sly Sundown tried to scoop it, but wasn't able to retrieve. Now run up the floor by the black shirts. As they'll get ready here on the offensive side. Played across now as they look to figure a shot here, under 10 to go. To the top it goes. That shot whistled wide, and it will be a shot clock violation. As now Dawson Marshall got it stolen from him. Trying to retrieve there are the NorthStars right at the center line. That ball fought and for, popped up and picked up by Vole. Vole continuing to be chased. He's just trying to gain a little bit of an advantage. He finally gets it off now. Everest Loam Wickens fires that one, scores! Everest Loam Wickens just beat the netminder there of Deaders, and that will make it a 1-0 lead for Owen Sound.
Yeah, it's a nice shot from the outside. If you're Windsor, you certainly want to apply a little more pressure, cut that shooting lane off, not let the opponent shoot around you late in the shot clock. They had done a good job upsetting the offense, and unfortunately for them, Owen Sound took advantage, and here they get the first one.
That they do. Another tie up at center off of the face-off. Both teams not able to retrieve it off of the first attempt. That ball hot off the glass and finally caught. It's Marcus Gardner-Patak. Marcus now cruises into the offensive zone, plays it all the way back for Vole. Vole's gonna walk in. That one off the helmet of a defender who got in the way, not maybe intentionally, but it all counts the same as McElmoyle goes to retrieve. Ball still in some feet. Now Vole will retrieve it, but he doesn't get the fresh shot clock, so Vole's got 10 to work here. And now around the top, gonna have to fire. Vole may from a far away. Will he ever fire? The answer is no. Shot clock never went. Cy will shoot now and it'll be saved. And Windsor not happy that the shot clock never went off.
No,
as limping off the floor now is Vol.
Yep, you might want to test that next stoppage and play.
A lot of things happened there between the shot clock violation that ever came and Ryan Vol limping off the floor. I'm not sure if that was a non-contact or if somebody clipped him on the way to the bench. As Windsor now's got 10 left to work. Played back. As they look to find a shooting angle here. That shot misses Flooney, and that should be another shot clock, but a chance to go for Owen Sound. It's Jackson Ray, who's got the red carpet. May have one chaser. Ray fired that one wide, hard bounce off the boards, and it ends up in the waiting arms of a North Star. That's Nolan McVicker, who's going to get forced, however. McVicker right under us, fires across, blocked by McElmoyle, who should get a chance to retrieve it. He does, and he'll reroute the other way. A lot of reverses. I feel like I'm watching football. Around McElmoyle will go. Right around the net now as he continues to be harassed. Going to have to fire eventually, and that will be the shot clock, and it now does go off.
Yeah, the offense has been a little helter-skelter here to begin with, so I'm sure they'll want to settle things down and get into some sets.
As Windsor's been very good at using a lot of the shot clock. It hasn't mustered much offense as of yet, but they've definitely been controlling possessions when they've had the ball. As Donovan walks into that one, good save there by Jacob Flooney. His stick got crunched right in front here. Fighting for its 3-on-1 black shirts advantage. They do retrieve the loose ball, and they will get the fresh shot clock. That one bounced over the shoulder and into the netting, so it should be and will be Owen Sound ball.
Yeah, great job retrieving that loose ball in the corner, and then came out with 27 seconds left in the shot clock and took a pretty low percentage opportunity and gave up possession here.
That ball now back. That shot, McKechnie just wide. It may go over the white line, but there's less bounce with the turf, Steve, so I wonder how much of a factor that's going to play this year as a shot from a mile away goes behind the net. McElmoyle went kind of back, or pardon me. That looked to be Colby Ray who went kind of chasing after it. One of the AP call-ups from the junior C level with the West Grey Rampage, who had a great night not too long ago for those Rampage down in Durham. Had, I believe, a 9-point performance in their most recent 13-12 win. Is trying to get away. There are the black shirts right across. Got a thought in the way, but caught. Blocked there off the leg of a North Star. That shot also wide. Now caught by Klages, who's back after having his fight in the first period yesterday and leaving, I believe, just 10 minutes into the contest. Played now for that look to be Sundown. Never caught by the big man, so Sly's going to have to go back and play some D. As Klages will stay out. Sundown, the big man, forcing the ball handler there towards the benches. They both may go. I think, no, at least Sly does. Chance now for the Clippers to go. Get a shot there. That one saved by Flooney. Bouncing into Klages, passed over but never caught. Ball hits the turf, and away will go the North Stars.
No, great idea, great look. Sold the shot, dumped it off to the crease man, and he bobbled it and could not gain control. He's all alone.
Now Vol, who's been much of the initiator in their offense, over for Brock McElmoyle. McElmoyle for Vol. Vol will fire. That one saved there by Dieters. Fakes the shot there. Lefty on the wrong side, however, as that one gets Donovan Elmore. Elmore still not able to really catch, and stolen by an orange shirt who came in to retrieve. And away will go Hayden Hindle. Hindle had Bennett in front of him. And now we'll just reroute as Elmore will continue to chase. Back now for Everest Loam-Wickens. Everest, that one blocked before it ever got to its intended target, and away will go the black shirts. Everest going to play some D there, and he does force the runner away. Everest has played quite a bit of defense this year in a, I'll say, transition-ish role where he's played as much defense as I feel like he's played offense, and he's been up to task on the defensive end as a very offensively skilled player. I believe he's currently second on the team in points, just behind the hot Colton McKechnie, as that shot by Elmore was saved by Flooney. Up and missed Gardner Patak. Lucky for him, there was no black shirt to try to catch him. As McKechnie gets it over to Sundown. Sly Sundown back, and that one right through the stick as well of a North Star, and it'll be kicked over the line. Ball skied and finally retrieved. That's Caleb Brown, another one of the call-ups from the West Grey Rampage. Brown in, over, wide open, McKechnie. That one missed the target, and would he go out of play? No, it did not, as the shot clock will go regardless, and Windsor will start with it. As getting hassled there at the white line are the Clippers. There's 3 different orange shirts trying to force that ball loose. As Bennett gets in the passing lane, Windsor's already lost about half the shot clock due to that aggressive attack there by the NorthStars. Looking through some bodies, that shot saved there by Flooney, and that one right into the waistband of a NorthStar. Tried to fish it around, but never got a hold of it. So that ball will just scoot around the turf and be picked up by the Clippers. As Hayden Hindle was the one who got kind of tied up there. Back for Elmore. Hand it over now to the captain, Vance Delpy. Delpy played over. That shot right into the chest protector there of Flooney, who will keep it in play. Has now fallen up the floor, and Nathan Coverdale will give it off. As Colby Ray will have possession now. Colby for, that looked to be Vole. Vole for McElmoyle. McElmoyle gets all the way around. He'll give it back for Ryan Vole. Vole will get the screen. Nice move for Vole, and that one saved as buried right in front of the net there. Looked to be Caden Levine, who's been setting all kinds of picks so far in the offensive zone. That's now played forward by the Clippers. Bernier. Played back there for Vance Delpy. Delpy played down. Tried to shimmy away there. Where the Clippers played all the way around, looking for the angle to fire, never really finds one. That shot takes a couple different deflections and doesn't make it on target. As now Everest Lone Wickens makes his way into the offensive zone. He'll get harassed, but dodged by his defender. Skies it there for, that looked to be Colton McKechnie. McKechnie all the way around. McKechnie finds the edge. That one, I'm not sure if he got it on target. I don't believe he did. They're going to say no. Yes, he did. So he got the reset. Vole trying to find his lane now. He gives it off. Nice swim move there by, I believe that to be Brown. It is Caleb Brown. Brown skies it, and he'll sky everybody as Vole could not jump out of his shoes for that one. Couldn't climb the ladder. But you gotta love the idea, Steve, of bringing up 2 different junior C players from the West Grey Rampage, and they both play the O. It's Caleb Brown and Colby Ray, both playing on the offensive side of the ball so far. Especially when Jackson Ray, Colby's, I assume, brother, is playing on the D. That's a good save there by Jacob Flooney. Ball kicked around and picked up by Jackson Ray, and he'll go. Ray has lots of green grass as he'll stop up. Ray will wait for some reinforcements and give it off to McKechnie, who's been one of the hottest players on the Junior B team, let alone the Junior B level. McElmoyle over, that shot low, good save by the netminder. Quick shot there by Hayden Hindle, the defender, who had a quick trigger there. Gotta love that. That ball right around there for the Clippers. Nice move trying to find an angle, but Clagus ends up rerouting. Played down low right to the goal line, back all the way, I thought in front, but caught by somebody. Who was it? It was Clagus. Clagus just trying to get away. Can Clagus get it over? The answer is yes, because he finds a wide open NorthStar in Caden Levine. Caden Levine hits Colby Ray. Colby Ray will reroute himself. Just trying to find some sort of little advantage. Nice pass, just a little too far in front of his teammate there in Caleb Brown. As there was a little bit of Durham connection there on that pass. Stuck behind the net now as the shot clock should go here momentarily, and it will.
Yeah, good job by Windsor just to muck that down and not let anything come loose off the boards on that late shot clock.
As up the floor will come Windsor. Very aggressive so far on defense have the NorthStars right near the center line as that ball's skied just across for Hope. It is stopped by the Clippers as now Elmore trying to take on Coverdale. Elmore does get rerouted for the second. He'll play it over. That shot saved there by Flooney. Shot clock will reset as fired for Vance Delpy. Right across the floor it goes. That shot on Flooney, good save there as the shooter was Braden Simpson.
Yeah, Windsor's going to really want to get that ball inside. I mean, they've had some good possessions here today, but it's pretty much been a perimeter run offense. A lot of long shots. Clooney's been standing up tall, and
what
his performance last week. And there you go.
Scores! Colton McKechnie got the slide down, and I gotta be honest, Steve, I don't know why I haven't seen it more for either side, but the slide sundown to Colton McKechnie, pick and roll, I'll call it, but pick and slip, if you will. As you see here, McKechnie with a hard screen gets a wide open look as the defender takes a tumble, and McKechnie with how lethal he's been, and again, in all fairness, is when you're setting a pick for a guy like Sly Sundown, no offense to Colton McKechnie, who again has been so good as he gets his, I believe, 13th goal in the last 4 games. They're going to stick to Sly. They're going to stick to Sundown, who's so big and tall. So if you're able to get them both in that kind of action, you got to think one of them's going to be able to get free, Steve. And you saw there, McKechnie's able to get free and capitalize.
Yeah, that was well executed, a little backhand flip, even though it bounced a little dead on the turf. It was right to McKechnie, and he made no mistake looking far side and bringing it back short side.
As some jousting there near the Owen Sound bench as Vole has possession. Vole is trying to get around as he'll give it off for Colton McKechnie. McKechnie will try to turn the corner into the corner there for Sundown. They'll switch. Sly will fire that one around a pick. Nice pickup though by Ray, and somehow got that away. I don't know how. And they still have possession because of the ball going into the corner. McKechnie trying to do the Michigan, if you will. That ball saved by the netminder. Ball on the turf. Sly couldn't catch. Vole trying to turn. He does, and Sly will pick it up and get the fresh shot clock again. Colton. McKechnie down for Ryan Vole. Vole, nice move. Vole scores! Ryan Vole pulls off the spin move and makes it 3-0 Owen Sound.
Yeah, and again, the difference between the two offenses so far is Owen Sound is just a little more polished, a little more skill up front, able to take guys one-on-one and win, where Owen Sound's done a much better job defending those one-on-one plays. But again, Owen Sound's goals are coming from the inside, and Windsor hasn't really attacked that area of the floor yet.
But what a start here for Owen Sound. Whistle right off. Coverdale's got it, as he'll give it off there to Everest Sloan-Wickens. Almost too many men there for Owen Sound, as they'll now get McKechnie on the floor. That ball almost skied for McElmoyle. And down goes a NorthStar. He got something up high. Hopefully we caught that on some sort of replay there. The great Pat Quigley, as that ball tried to get to McKechnie. I'm not sure exactly what caught Caden Levine, but he's grabbing right at the neck area, so he must have caught something up in the jaw, as McKechnie smartly will just fish that one into the corner. As now a chance for the Clippers, as Elmore will have to reroute. Elmore will now look to fire. Elmore will, and that's a save by Flooney. Flooney goes diving and is able to cover. Nice job again by Jacob Flooney, who's been, again, rather sparkling, Steve, in his few games. Now trying to get over, though, now for Owen Sound. Whistle goes, and it's going to be an 8. Ball still on the ground here, as both these teams don't have possession. I think currently possession with Windsor.
Yeah, it was a pass to a guy that looked like he was open, but Owen Sound was making a change coming out of the D door, and he was right all over his back and knocked the ball away.
As that ball skied for Sly Sundown. Sly makes his way towards the net. Played in front, McKechnie! Great save there.
Yeah, he went back to the same look he had on his previous goal, and goaltender did not bite on the far side fake this time, so he learned a little off the first one.
As Van Stelpe trying to find his angles. Windsor tries to get their first goal of the night here with about 4 left in the first period. Ball hits the turf as Everest goes to Hunt. He takes on his numerical counterpart as that ball thrown right in front. And a big hit there as the whistle was going to go regardless from the shot clock, as Marcus Gardner-Patak was the one who threw the hit there, as that ball pops loose and stolen by the Clippers. Trying to get towards the net and forced around there by Gardner-Patak. That ball given off now as Brady Simpson will cruise his way in. Elmore has Delpy coming off the bench. Vance Delpy back for Elmore. Donovan Elmore fakes the shot there. Still trying to get away as he'll get doubled as Coverdale comes to help. Played in front, never caught it, and Coverdale will steal it. Coverdale's got Vole in front, and Vole will catch, and Vole's gonna go. Will he go right to the net? Yes, he will. Vole shoots. What a save, the scores! Right inside the post for Ryan Vole. Makes it 4-0, Owen Sound.
Yeah, that's, I don't know how much of a look we'll get here, whether that hit the post.
Oh, that's definitely in. I think that never actually hits the post, Steve. We'll see, I think, on this angle.
No,
I think that is all post.
That's all post, just the way it came out. I mean, the mesh is just too slack. I mean, that's
and
great for the home team, tough one for the goaltender who kind of shrugged, and that's just an official, unfortunately, with only the two-man system here, not being able to get down the floor and guessing.
Well, I can tell you right now, Steve, that they saw the replay. So Windsor's not exactly happy with what they saw on the replay there. So that just tells you how good of a job Pat Quigley does, because he does a great job in the control room all by his lonesome. That shot right into the wickets there of Jacob Flooney.
Yeah, great job by Flooney taking that 5-hole away. It looked like it was marked, and he collapsed well and took that shot away.
That ball for McKechnie, and you got to think, Steve, that Windsor's physicality is probably going to ramp up here. And Owen Sound is a pretty physical team in their own right. They like to mix it up. Pass for Sundown, never caught it. Ball still loose, caught up, back up by Sundown. What a pass! In! Scored! Oh, he stepped in. Vole, I thought, had his second of the game, but just couldn't keep his feet off the line. What a play, though, by Sundown to find a wide open Ryan Vole. As trying to find an angle there was Elmore. Elmore played back. As again, this gets real physical in front as Bennett's got tied up there, and they're going to keep jousting, and they better be careful again with the high stick, Steve, because we know it's a 5-minute major now. That ball thrown up. Caught by Brock McElmoyle, almost mixing up with his brother. Playing for the senior B squad is Keegan McElmoyle. Has played all the way around now. Nice pass in front, wide open, scores! Caden Levine
Again,
returns and makes it 5.
That was just too easy. I mean, nice ball movement, but not sure where Caden's defender went, but he was just waltzing up at the top. He just got beat, made no effort to get back, and a nice 5-hole. It looked like here we'll get a great angle from the rear, and yeah.
What a play, though, by the Owen Sound shooter there to be able to get himself a pretty good look. And I will mention now, Steve, they've given Ryan Vole credit for 2 goals. So we have one player with 2, but Levine got 1, Lone Wickens got 1, and McKechnie's got 1 so far. As Owen Sound wins the faceoff, got to keep it on their side of the floor, and they will not, as it couldn't be caught there.
Assistant number 25, Ryan Vole, top goal, 1850. Levine from Vole.
As trying to get around there was Elmore. Elmore fires it high, but caught. The Clippers still trying to find their first one here in the first period with about a minute left or so. Thrown up for Vance Delpy, who catches, has 10 left to work. Almost in the passing lane there. That shot well wayward. I must have taken a deflection as it goes well out of the way and out of play. But who touched it? They're going to say Owen Sound touched it. I'm not sure who, but regardless.
Yeah.
1:04 left here, but that means a fresh shot clock for Windsor here with about 2 possessions left in the game, in the period.
Yeah, Windsor's really got to start doing some work off ball. It's just all very stationary. It's just a one-on-one play, and not a lot of help there.
Passed across. That shot saved there by Flooney, comes out for Klages. Klages is trying to get away, gets it whacked out of his stick and stolen by the Clippers. Trying to find an angle here of the Clippers. That back shot missed wildly, but caught by Elmore hot off the glass. Fired all the way back to the top. That shot right on the chest protector there and picked up by Klages. Now Klages is gonna go. Whistle and a timeout taken by Owen Sound. Basically 17 seconds remain in this first frame. 5-0 Owen Sound. Maybe this timeout with, you'd have to assume Flooney hitting the bench, making it 6-on-5. Gives them a chance here to really run something.
Yeah, there's no reason whatsoever not to take the goalie out. With the shot clock under 30 seconds, they'll be able to wind this down to 8 or 9 seconds before they run their play.
And I will mention, I was talking to Steve about it before the game because of my new role at Bayshore Broadcasting. I've had a chance to look at some of the West Bay Rampage scores, and their most recent win against Burlington on the 22nd, against the Burlington Warriors 13-12. Colby Ray, who's in the game tonight for Owen Sound as a call-up, had 8 points in the win and led the team in scoring. So he's really heated up at this junior C level and has earned the call-up to the junior B level. As now Colton McKechnie, who may be earning his role into the junior A level with, I believe, the Burlington Blaze. As McKechnie in for Sundown, all the way over for Lone Wickens. Had McKechnie got the ball, got deflected, never was able to catch, and that will be the period. As they had, I think, the look they were going for, Steve, with McKechnie wide open there, but the ball was deflected and he was never able to catch cleanly, and they come out of the period up 5-0.
Yeah, he took a pretty good shot on the numbers too when he tried to retrieve that loose ball, and I would think where that score is heading, the referees may want to clamp down on some of that stuff that might lead to some frustration on either club.
And you'd have to expect, Steve, with the way this game has gone, and you can only imagine that both teams probably feel a little hard done by the referees, especially Windsor with that goal that goes off the post that the referee calls in, that at least we didn't get a convincing look that it went in or out, but from the looks we saw, probably did just hit the post. So Windsor's not happy about that, and both teams are probably a little upset with some of the stuff happening off ball, with sticks going high and what have you, with Levine going off, and then a Windsor player going off not that long after that. So, as you mentioned there, Steve, you hope that obviously nothing breaks down, but 5-0 after one, if the score gets any more lopsided, you'd think that one or both teams, again, Owen Sound's not scared to back down from a fight, that things could get pretty rough pretty quick.
Yeah, and again, when you're also looking at the opportunity to move up in the standings, a loss today for Windsor will no doubt eliminate their playoff hopes and revive some hopes on the Owen Sound side. So he'll have one team with nothing to lose and the other that hopes to move forward in search of that 7th or 8th playoff spot.
Yeah, as both these teams, again, you got to find ways to win, and Owen Sound lost to Orangeville, a team that was just above them in the standings, is currently above them in the standings, are the Northmen, and that kind of loss, compounded with a game like this against Windsor after losing yesterday down to St. Catharines, they add up quick, Steve. They do, and when you're with teams that are right near you, St. Catharines at the top right now of the Junior B standings, at least in their conference, but you got to find ways to beat Orangeville, got to beat Windsor, got to beat,
Point
coming
Edward,
up, Point Edward,
London,
obviously
all those teams that they've given one up to so far on the road. They'll need to get those back when they host them at home, and then hope for maybe a couple upsets on teams at the top end.
And just before we go, Stephen, go to my interview with the pregame with the leading point getter now of the Junior B NorthStars, has one tonight in Colton McKechnie. Steve, you got to gush about Jacob Flooney, because he's got 13 saves through 13 shots against. And for a guy who is the backup goalie, because obviously Miles Plater's the captain, he's been their starter for at least 3 years now, he has been very good in what we've seen of him here at the Bayshore.
Yeah, he does. He's been exceptional. If there's one area that he needs to improve on is his ability to pass the ball up the floor. He kind of heaves it from the side, and other than that, you can't complain about anything that he's shown so far in his opportunities. He's been really good stopping that ball.
That he's been doing, I'll say, the main job of a goalie, which is stop ball, see ball, stop ball, and it's just got to be everything else that's going to catch up to him, which is, of course, you mentioned the passing. As I'll now shoot down to myself with my pre-game interview with leading point getter and one of the hottest players at the Junior B level, number 19, Colton McKechnie.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
What do you think's really led to your offense the last couple of games? Really got that spark?
Just trusting my shot, trusting my teammates, you know, moving, nobody's staggered. We're just kind of getting the ball to the net and playing hard.
You had 9 points yesterday against St. Catharines of the 10 goals your team scored. So, you know, what's it like to be that involved in the offense throughout a game?
Yeah, you know, really couldn't be done without all the other members of our offense. You know, obviously guys set hard picks, stuff like that. But yeah, my teammates can get the ball to me and I can get the ball to them. We're just all working together, really meshing now.
Now, obviously, you guys are not where you want to be currently in the standings. What do you feel like is a big key for your guys to be able to kind of move yourselves back up the standings?
I think just playing a full 60 minutes, you know, not going quiet in any periods, and yeah, playing the full 60, playing hard, playing physical, and really staying together as a team.
Now, you're going to come up against this Windsor Clippers squad tonight. What's a key for your team to come up with a big win here against Windsor?
Just play physical, play hard. Obviously, like I said, play the full 60. Can't go quiet in the third, can't go quiet in the second, and yeah, come out with the win at home.
All right, thank you so much, Colton McKechnie of the Owen NorthStars. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks,
Good luck. top of the turf-ridden J.D. McCarthy Arena. Spencer Byers and Steve McCarthy here as the NorthStars come into the second period up 5-0 on the Windsor Clippers. And you got to think, Steve, that the Windsor's going to want to try to clip this lead early and get it on the board within the first couple of minutes of the second period to get some confidence, or at least get something you feeling going right in this game.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to need to look to spark some offense out of transition. I mean, their 5-on-5 sets just don't have really any flow to them. A lot of individual play, settling for a lot of long shots, and the way Flooney is playing in goal, they'll be hard pressed to beat him from outside. So if they can get something off the draws, quick in transition, they'll have an opportunity. But otherwise, it could be a long afternoon here.
But no, it's definitely been a rough start for the Clippers tonight. They are missing their leading point getter, however, and Hudson Delpy, who is serving his second game of a 2-game suspension. And you can kind of tell, see, with quite a few call-ups, quite a few different names in their lineup from what we got on the program, that, you know, this is probably not a full-strength Clippers team, in fairness to them, but you still got to try to play your best game with who's in the lineup.
Yeah, there's, you know, at least they do have a full lineup here, and their goaltender played relatively well. He's been left hungry to draw in a couple of these goals, and again, they're pretty well all been inside. Goals scored on him, so the defenders getting beat. No slider help there to ward off the oncoming onslaught. So hopefully, for Windsor's sake, they can get on the board here early and not slide back into the shell and make this a 2-hit for them.
I will also mention, Steve, we haven't mentioned it yet, and I will take some credit for that. The Owen NorthStars have the 4th least amount of goals against, 86 currently. Their goal differential is 0, which is better than the 7th place London Blue Devils. And wait a second.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to mention there's been a penalty called against the Owen Sound NorthStars. The way for 2 or less will go. That looks to be Chase Garvey off the cross-check.
Yeah, he took an undisciplined penalty there and cross-checked a player that was not part of the loose ball retrieval who had slipped on the turf. And this might, again, just be something that helps Windsor get something going here on offense.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, that's the first penalty of the game.
It is, yep.
So the first power play goes the way of the Black Shirts as the Clippers look to again get their first goal of the night tonight. Nice move in. That one saved by the wickets there of Jacob Flooney, and he's able to get it up and out. As Zach Lemon will cruise up the floor. Lemon's going to get pressured a little bit here. Bounced it. That's going to be a little more of an awkward pass on the turf than comparatively speaking, as McKechnie couldn't catch the full pass. As that one got skied just out of play.
So a couple,
Ooh, and another down player. I'm not sure what happened there. Shoulder as he'll go off. That's Van Stelpe, the captain, going off. Again, didn't really see it, Steve. Not sure what happened there. As played all the way around. That shot low, misses the target. It was blocked in front by Klages. That shot also, I believe, wide as Klages gets thrown around a little bit. Now Bennett gets grabbed, and you know, now the other way, might I add, Marcus Gardner-Patak in. Good save there. That ball kicked into the corner and goes to McKechnie. And Gardner-Patak's a pretty quick kid, so he's not the guy you want to see in transition with possession. As Vol, I thought gave it off. He still got it. He takes a beating for the trouble. As Vol, all the way around. Sly Sundown will take a couple of free whacks as Vol all the way around. He's got 10 left to kill here on the shot clock with penalty down to about 25. Shot there by number 25. What a save there. That one got pinned up against the boot for Dieters. As Windsor now has maybe one more possession on this power play. We just got in my ear from, again, great producer Pat, that the player at Van Stelpe got something caught from behind there as he went down. That shot over the net, caught, I thought, by a black shirt. No, it wasn't. It hits the turf. Both these teams go after it and it will go into the restricted area, and says thank you very much is Flooney. Flooney thinks about firing, he does, just doesn't got enough muscle to get all the way down the floor, but at least he gets it halfway down the floor, and it hits the waiting arms of Jackson Ray. Ray trying to give it off, he does, and that will be to a wide open Caleb Brown. The call up as Brown gives it off. Brock McElmoyle across the top, play it over for Caden Levine, who's got 1 goal today. Sly Sundown takes a couple of bumps. He'll give it off now. Levine fires that one wide, but then a shot clock will go anyway, so pretty smart decision there by Levine to get that one as far down the floor as he could. Maybe more lucky to hit the back of the net, but it takes skill to be lucky sometimes. That ball stolen by the orange shirt, taking a couple of whacks for the trouble was McVicker. McVicker gives it off, and now Owen Sound with it. McKechnie felt footsteps, so he reroutes into the corner, waiting for some offensive reinforcements. Finds Vole hot off the bench. Vole for Everest Lone Wickens. Lone Wickens, nice spin there. The Brampton Excelsior's pick, nice move, in! Just missed the target, it looks like. What a play, though. Ball hits the deck again. Low shot, scores! Ryan Vole! Caught the alley-oop! And is able to make it 6-0.
Yeah, that's just, loose ball was there. Windsor had knocked off the head of the stick. We're not able to pick it up, and Vole fired it off. There's probably 3 seconds left on that shot clock, and he found the hole. The goaltender was a little bit surprised, I think. And
yeah, he was surprised that one even got fired, and then it beat him low.
Yeah, so again, that's a tough one to give up. You want to get that first goal when you're coming into a period down at any point, especially when you're down 5, and you just had a power play. So.
Well, not just down 5, Steve. You also have to mention that they came in with a power play, basically, after that call right off the face-off draw. Pass just missed the intended target. That one was caught by the mitt. Not often you see that, as that ball's rolled basically and gets in play to, that looks to be Chase Garvey. Garvey throwing up the floor. McKechnie gives it off for Sundown. Sundown will take the screen. Passed across, Vole scores! Ryan Vole makes it 7-0. The Guelph Regal acquiree has been very good for Owen Sound since being picked up. That'll be his 4th goal credited, his 6th point credited. So he's been involved in all but 1 goal so far in this contest. As Owen Sound, whose offense has been kind of hot and cold, Steve, has been hot tonight.
Yeah, they're sort of getting to do whatever they want now. I think Windsor's probably going to be a little fatigued, even though we're only 24 minutes into this game, but they played a lot of defense and expended a lot of energy. And
as wide open in front, McElmoyle's, that one was saved there as McElmoyle tries to get himself in on the fun.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Windsor seems to be having a hard time keeping their guy in front of them and creating a lot of 2-on-1 situations for Owen Sound to exploit.
As Elmore fires it up there for Van Stelpe, who's back on the floor. Elmore, nice move there. Missed Delpy entirely, gonna have to try to keep it. Does, but fires it into the corner as the shot clock's about to go, and now it will go. Coverdale picks it up there in the corner and it will restart. Fired up and just missed a wide open Ryan Vole. Ball hits the turf as Sundown fires it for Colton McKechnie. 2 different black shirts converge on McKechnie. Wide open now behind the net goes that looked to be, I want to say it's Everest, but I actually don't believe it is. No, actually, I'll fix myself here in a second. It's a nice move there by Vole. Vole just missed McKechnie. As that was actually Colby Ray behind the net with it, number 15. Is now trying to get away come the black shirts. Thought about running towards the net, ends up getting rerouted. Now towards the net they come. Elmore fires that one wide. As now trying to get a shot away. That one just by the netminders. Now Coverdale retrieves it. May should have let it go. And now Coverdale's gonna have to wait for some offensive reinforcements. He does. He hits a wide open Vole. retrieved now by the orange shirts as the line for McKechnie. McKechnie shot that one off the chest protector. Ball hits the turf, picked up Levine. And Levine's got a fresh shot clock now, so he'll go around the net. Wide open. That shot by Bennett goes wide. Bennett not much of an offensive option normally. McKechnie trying to stay connected. He does. Down goes a orange shirt in front, but McKechnie will just continue to reroute. All the way around now. As Lone Wickens will fire that one. Save there by Dieters. As Kobe Ray will kind of gingerly go off the floor as Bennett's going to stay. Bennett just trying to force him up against the boards. Now Klages comes to help. Ends up getting around both different defenders there. As Elmore passed across. Down into the shooter spot. That one saved by Flooney as Ray couldn't catch clean as he got bumped. Windsor now at least able to string 2 possessions together. Fired across. Elmore looks to fire that one low. Bounces into the shoulder there of Jacob Flooney. And again, Flooney up to the task.
And again, great job by Windsor to retrieve that loose ball and get a second set. But again, they settled for a perimeter shot with over 25 seconds left on the clock. And they're just going to want to slow things down and try to run something and get that first goal and see what happens from there.
Sundown gets the screen from McKechnie. For McKechnie, the illegal screen's called and we'll go the other way. And Vole now kind of gingerly going off the floor. That's quite a few different orange shirts that have been taking a beating off ball. Wide open in front. Great save by Flooney. The behind the back shot almost goes for Brock Brennan. The other way now, Owen Sound. Sundown couldn't catch. As Hayden Hindle retrieves the loose ball. Sly got buried in the corner, however, off the ball. As now Hindle will go off. There is a call coming from that shot that Sundown took as he'll now go off. As now everybody's making a wholesale change now. Owen Sound 6 on 5 for the moment. Vole hot off the board, hot off the bench, got 5 left to shoot. Down low, nice move. Colby Ray never got away with it, and that will be the shot clock as these two young men bark down there as now everybody kind of converges. And I think Ryan Vole, who I gotta be honest, Steve, since his acquisition, not only has been a great offensive player, but he's one of the coolest heads I've seen at the junior B level.
Yeah, well, he actually came up from the FNLA. He's an American player from Erie, Pennsylvania, and we actually had him in our first game in Six Nations. We needed a righty-o guy, and he admirably filled in, and yeah, he's really taken to the box game, and he's really getting his feet grounded here on this club and being a big contributor.
Well, I think I gotta eat my words now, Steve, because he just picked up a tee. So I guess a little too much barking for Ryan Vole, the referees didn't like. But again, he's been normally one of the few guys that have been trying to get into piles to pull guys out, not, get engaged himself. As Windsor will start with it now on the 4-on-4.
Again, that might be the case of the referees refereeing to the score and trying to even things up after, obviously, a call on Sly that needed to be called.
That shot saved by Flooney. Just goes outside the restricted area. Ball is still loose as it goes into the corner. Notice that wanted to slash there as one of the players goes down. Ray trying to get a hold of it, not able to. Vance Delpy across. That one saved again by Flooney as it goes out of play. Towards the net come the black shirts. That one saved there by Flooney. And I will mention there's some still talking going on below us, and they're loud enough that we can hear them. Hopefully you can. That ball right in front, wide open. Scores! Jackson Ray with the no-look makes it 8-0 for Owen Sound.
Yeah, he set that up nicely here. Coming across the top of the crease and threw a backhand, and the goal, he had great coverage there, but the ball found its way through. So nice catch. He looked like he does that every day of the week. So.
You gotta love, Steve, when the defensive guys like Ray, like Bennett, get a chance to go on the O and they don't look out of place.
Yep. Showed a pretty healthy pair of mitts there on that one.
And that's his first goal of the season for Jackson Ray, so his 4th junior B goal. at least from what the game sheet says. But first of the season for the defenders. Now away will come the Clippers, as forced around there are the black shirts. Good job there trying to track back. Played all the way up now for Elmore, as Elmore will have to kind of reroute here. About 45 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Towards the net, that shot blocked in front. Clegg is caught, and Cleggus is gonna go. He's got Coverdale in front. Coverdale will just kind of stop up there as Cleggus now in. Cleggus across, McKechnie scores! No, he stepped in. As McKechnie almost added to the lead, but wasn't able to get his feet away, as that one blocked in front by Hayden Hindle's stick. As now Vance Delpy. As Hindle caught one up high, and that's gonna go against one of the newcomers there for Windsor.
It's a pretty tough call in a 9-0 game. You would think they would look at just awarding possession. It certainly wasn't too egregious. But nonetheless, Owen Sound will take advantage and get a little 4-on-3 action here for 24 seconds before there was a coincidental minor three.
As now 4-on-3, as you mentioned, there's Davis Sundown. Brock McElmoy played past the parcel. That one shot low, and was it touched? It was not. As Anthony Hamacher was the one who picked up the minor, was the AP for the Windsor Clippers. That ball right through the offensive player there. Jackson Ray will retrieve it. Jackson Ray will go. And we'll mention that was just a 2 against the Clippers. And now back to 5-on-4 we go, as Vol will join his offensive power play. McElmoyle down for Vol. McElmoyle. Lone Wickens. McKechnie shot that one wide. I think almost hit Vol. Picked up now Sundown. That one bounced into the netting there of Dieters, and now away will go Windsor. As June Walker trying to just find some sort of option here, as Elmore will go towards him. Nice job there by Walker to just continue to find space here, as he'll just continue to chew up some clock, but not sure if that's gonna be the right option here with the lead being the way it is. Walker again fakes it, he'll go into the corner, he'll hold it up. As Ray will not try to force him. As Chase Garvey also joins in, and the shot clock will go, and now we have fresh possession back for Owen Sound, as Ray will start up. As Lone Wickens down for McKechnie. Back for Lone Wickens. McKechnie. Lone Wickens down low now. Vol in front. What a pass there. Shot there by McKechnie behind the back. Caught by Lone Wickens. That one kind of handcuffed him as he fired. Just got a whack on it there. It looked to be McElmoyle playing more baseball than lacrosse, as now away will come Windsor. Guy about to come out of the box. Played over. That shot saved by Flooney, whacked into the corner. Back to 5-on-5 we go. No power play has been able to capitalize as of yet. Played up now for Nathan Coverdale, who will bounce off the check and just toss it on a lateral there to another North Star, and that's Zach Lemon, who ends up retrieving. Now Vol trying to find his angle here as he finds McKechnie. Over. Had a pass, finally does, almost had to just kind of whack it there for Owen Sound. Is now down goes Vol. Actually, no, pardon me, that down goes Lemon, as they were jousting there in front with a Clipper. That ball passed, just gets to his intended target, whistled over the net. Delpy got it with a catch on the rebound there, as now Cleggus will go. Now Cleggus will just kind of stop up a little bit there. Nice move, trying to find a little bit of an angle, as he'll take a couple extra whacks for the trouble. And Cleggus not the type to let that go, but he does at least go around the defender there. Bennett, wide in front, shot Everest. Lone Wickens, I believe, saved there by Dieters, as he got tossed as he shot. That ball almost airmailed over the offensive intended target now, as both these two teams have definitely, I'd say, ramped up some of the physicality here, especially off ball, as, ooh, that might not go well here. That might not go well here, as a scrum will start. That was Dawson Marshall trying to grab a hold of his combatant, I'll say, unwilling combatant, might I add, as Dawson Marshall's night is done. Lucky for Windsor, a coach was standing at the bench there as they grabbed a hold of one of the guys who was about to come off the bench to defend his teammate, which is 100% illegal. But Dawson Marshall definitely, I'm not sure what happened there, but he definitely tried to get a fight started, and I guess unlucky for him, the guy was a little less than willing.
Well, there'll be a 5-minute major in a game that's gone up for face masking, no doubt. And see how this whole thing settles out. But I don't know that Windsor, can't tell what precipitated that whole ordeal, but I don't know that the referees saw it either until there's the commotion. So we'll see if they come out unscathed here, and at the very least we'll likely be looking at a 5-minute power play.
With 6:41 left, as going to serve it, looks to be not Ryan Bull, pardon me, looks maybe Zach Lemon. No, it looks to be Ryan Bull.
So yeah, there was, he just chased into the bench, there was nothing going on, and tore the helmet off, so that's a 5-minute major for face mask, and then proceeded to throw a couple punches, so I'm curious to see.
And pardon me, it's actually Chase Garvey right now in the box for Owen Sound. There, scores! No! Did it go? Yes, it did! Yeah. It finally beats Flooney, and the shutout no more on the 5-minute major. They score 9 seconds into the major to Dawson Marshall.
Yeah, Vance Golpe there was able to beat him 5-hole, who he injured himself the last power play, so he was sorely missed, and steps into his shooter spot and lets him go early. So that took all of 9 seconds.
But again, if another goal is scored here, the power play will come off the board. Garvey will still be forced to serve the rest of the 5-minute major, but they'll have a chance to go back 5-on-5. There's a chance now away will go Hayden Hindle. Hindle all the way around. Passed it, I thought, in front. Nobody missed it. Didn't end up going towards McKechnie, so he'll get forced up. As he'll hold up, and the whistle will go, and it'll go the other way. Just getting 5 for fighting?
I mean, it was a change box infraction, which is a game misconduct. It was a face mask, clearly, when he threw it into the bench, and it was a fight. So how he didn't even at least end up with 7 minutes is hard to explain, but nonetheless, the way we play.
Covered, it will come off the floor now off another good Flooney save. Again, this pair of Plater and Flooney have been great for Owen Sound this season. Again, 4th in the conference in goals allowed, only 86 so far this year as that ball's thrown into the netting as the shot clock goes.
Yeah, and I think overall the defense has played very well for Owen Sound. They're not a real big group, but they all are pretty athletic.
And they're not scared to get physical.
No, they certainly, they're good. They can be aggressive, and most of them can all move it in transition as well. So they've been really good.
Good save there by Flooney, off of the attempt there by Owen Arthur. Skied there and is able to get it to the intended target of Zach Lemon. Lemon will try to just cruise in, passed in front. Nice shot there off of the boot. Can Sly Sundown get a hold of it? The answer is not of yet, but now retrieved by the shooter, Caden Levine. Levine shoots again. That one off with another pad. And a great shift there by double ones there in Caden Levine. Wide open look now. That one bounced and almost on target ends up missing the net almost the ones you don't see, as that one would have beaten, I think, Flooney as he went dashing for it. Nice move in now, Hindle fires that one, and it's a good save by Dieters.
Yeah, he stood tall, stepped out, took that 5-hole away, and recovered the rebound. We'll give Windsor another opportunity here. There's still 2:22 left on this power play, and they're looking to strike one more time.
Elmore misses the intended target there, threw it right at the hands of Brock Brennan. That shot saved there by Flooney. Power play, about 2 minutes left in it on the major. Elmore fires that one off of the foot there. Rebound hot off the leg protector. Elmore hits Delpy, who scores the most recent one. Pass all the way again for Elmore. Elmore will unleash that one into the pavement, and it will go the other way. Bounced and will go into the waiting arms of Nolan McVicker. McVicker will cruise in. Played back and will hit Levine. Levine now hits Everest Lone Wickens. Back for Levine. Levine will switch spots with Lone Wickens. He'll hit another wide open orange shirt off the bench. Trying to get away. Nice moves there by Caleb Brown. Again, the call up from Junior C. Caleb Brown fires that one wide, but the shot clock's going to go anyway. So, again, pretty productive kill there offensively. As now up the floor will come the Clippers. Whitson played off for Delpy, who plays a little past the parcel there. With Bernier. Bernier over. Played all the way around. Back up now for Delpy. Delpy down low. Arthur, that one saved there is Owen Arthur not able to beat Jacob Flooney. Ball hits the turf and is retrieved by the Clippers. Fresh shot clock now for the Black Shirts. That one played down. Back up now. That shot saved by Flooney, who's able to trap it. But now they got possession, so they got to get it over. Fired up, and it's low, but caught by Bennett, who again continues to sparkle on defense, does Taylor Bennett. So that's played now for Ryan Vole. Vole takes the pass there. Vole got 10 left to work. It's about 4 seconds between shot clock and the power play. As Brock McElmoyle's got 5, 4, 3, 2 to shoot. Will McElmoyle get the fire? He does! And a good save there by Dieters in the netting, but that will end the power play for Windsor. Only 1 goal to damage on that major as Chase Garvey will head to the bench. Off the Dawson Marshall major.
Yeah, things were looking promising there with 1 goal in 9 seconds, but it petered out quickly after that.
Good job by Owen Sound to kind of clamp up, and that one right off the quad. Saved there by Flooney off the rebound. Fairly labored now is Klages. Everest Lone Wickens gets dropped there by a couple different Black Shirts. As Elmore played over, trying to get towards the net. That one bounced wide and hits the scroof and then into the chest protector there, so we'll go the other way as now Klages can finally get himself off the floor. That could not have felt nice getting that ball right off the leg. It's now under a minute left in the second period. McKechnie down for Sundown. Sundown right across the top. Somebody lost his stick. Not sure who. It'd actually be I still can't see who actually, so you know what, I'll just keep my motion. I think everyone's got a stick, so I'm not sure whose stick got popped, as we're gonna go the other way against Owen Sound. Yeah, but that stick actually disintegrated. It got broken half, not just bent. So that's the second stick we've seen get crunched during tonight's contest. We're still got a full period to go as that ball's airmailed by its intended target. Nathan Coverdale will sky it and has a wide open teammate. That Zach Lemon will cruise over. Whistle's gonna go, and a timeout taken by Owen Sound, their second and final, I believe, of the contest. 22 seconds remain in the second period. 19 seconds remain on the shot clock as Owen Sound looks to add to their lead. And now, I don't know if it's the same for Lacrosse, Steve, but I know when we played senior and junior basketball at St. Mary's, when we were up big against certain teams, our coaching staffs would take timeouts late in quarters and say, this is for when we're in a situation like this at Quassa or at OFSA or at BAAs when the game is really tight. we're going to run this play, and we're going to practice it now when we don't have that pressure, so when we practice it with pressure, we can get it done.
Yeah, I think that's obviously in an 8-1 game here, that would be the exercise, is just to be able to do it with a live defense, not the one that already know what the play's coming like you would in practice. So, yeah, it's probably a good idea to call the timeout, regroup, make sure everybody's on the same page. I think there was 32 seconds to go when they gained possession. They could have just brought the goalie without using that timeout, but it's not likely to be a crucial thing you want to hang on to for the third at this point. So good on the coaching staff to utilize it.
Well, it also means that Everest starts with a 6-on-5 for Owen Sound. They're definitely not going to shoot quick. They're going to take their time here because there's 3 seconds separating shot clock from game clock.
Yeah, and again, I think last time we saw McKechnie be the ball handler, and now he's over in the shooter spot. Fly Sundown playing in the middle, and they'll probably look to see what comes open here.
Bowl for McKechnie. McKechnie wide down. That one shot wide into the netting. They're gonna have to get Flooney on the floor here. Whistle hasn't gone yet. Now it does. Fired from a mile away. Scores! What a shot by the Clippers. Kane Murphy makes it 8-2 with 1.3 left.
Yeah, that was, I'm not sure if it was number 3, perhaps. Might have been Whitson, but that was, he should go up and play some offense the way they were shooting, because that was all net from 200 feet away.
I believe the shooter was 16. I want to say it was. I may be wrong, and it may have been 3, and I read 13. Whistle goes, and they're going to call it against the face-off taker there in Caleb Smith, but the whistle's going to go regardless. As Windsor's got to be happy at least with getting their first and then second goals in the contest there. As we get ready now for the third, potentially final period between these two sides.
Yeah, that was quite a way for Windsor to kind of hang around a little, keep it a 6-goal deficit.
And I apparently my eyes do not need to be checked, Steve. It looks like it was 16 Kane Murphy. That makes me feel a little better about myself. Dead clock is right twice a day, Steve, I tell you. But
I could only go by Caleb Whitson's exuberance when they scored, so perhaps he's the primary cheerleader. Nonetheless, quite a shot. They've been rewarded for something, even though it hasn't been their offensive play.
And honestly, Steve, now again, I know with the lopsided scoreline currently, it's maybe hard to get in that mindset, but with a goal like that from so far out to end the period, you know, you always want to end a period on a goal. You always want to kind of go into the intermission with some confidence, and to score from basically 200 feet away from your net, I mean, still, even with no goalie in the way, you know, hopefully for Windsor's sake, they can kind of build some confidence off of a shot like that from one of their defenders to kind of build onto it and kind of play themselves into the third period.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's at the end of the day, regardless of score, you know, you want to keep teams engaged and have something to look forward to. So that certainly brightens where we were with that second period on Windsor's behalf. And you know, a goal is starting a goal or two early, and they're right back in this. So you know, it leads them to a little bit of hope here, and looking forward to the third period.
Now, I saw Ethan Woods talking to one of the coaches on the Windsor Clippers. I'm not sure if that was over the Dawson Marshall incident out at about the 7-minute mark of the period, or if that was another thing that happened later. But, you know, obviously with a score line that's not as lopsided as it was when it was 8-0, of course, but still, there always is a fear of a lopsided score line leading to rough stuff, which leads to unnecessary rough stuff, which leads to fights or suspensions. So, and I don't think either team, again, with knowing how important this game is to the standings, you know, neither team really wants to lose any of their top players after, of course, Windsor already lost Hudson Delpy to a 2-game suspension, not just 2 games.
Yeah, and I think with regards to if you're on Owen Sound, unless there's some kind of egregious play against you or one of your teammates that you feel needs immediate retribution, it's best just to stay clear of any of that stuff. I mean, suspensions can add up pretty quickly at any level at these days, and you don't want to miss time away and perhaps hurt your team and getting on the field the most competitive roster. So, from what we could see, there wasn't much that really set that off. And it was pretty undisciplined. He's pretty fortunate he did not get a double game misconduct because, like I said, there was any minor penalty infraction within the change box is a game misconduct or an expulsion. Face masking major can be a game misconduct. Well, he clearly took the helmet and tossed it into the bench, and then he was assessed a 5-minute major, which is a game misconduct. So he could have easily earned himself 2 game misconducts there, which would have led to likely a 2-game minimum if he's not already had one this year. And in that case, it would be 4. So, for something that didn't look like it really amounted to much, it was pretty undisciplined.
I'd have to agree, Stephen. Again, even if Dawson has not been suspended previously, but I don't think he's been. I believe he's gotten in a fight at least once this season. So again, I know there is a maximum for fighting at this level as well. So that also could play effect. But I assuming just like the OHL, every 5-minute major is reviewed by the league, especially at this junior level. So that would also probably mean Dawson's going to be looked at again. And if they look at what we saw, Steve, you'd have to expect that something is coming down the road in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it could be.
But I won't speculate anymore because these glasses may need to get fixed up, but I will now shoot it down to myself because usually we have a away interview. We didn't get one tonight from the Clippers, but I did get a chance to talk pregame with head coach Travis Gibbons about the festivities tonight. Again, the retiring of the jersey of Matt Eckert, number 43, and the ceremony. So here is myself with head coach Travis Gibbons on Matt Eckert and the impact he had on not only his team, but also his former teammate and coaching partner, Travis Gibbons.
Welcome into the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center, J.D. MacArthur Arena for tonight's game between the Owen Sound NorthStars and the Windsor Clippers. Now joining me here pregame is head coach Travis Gibbons. Travis, obviously the game is important to the standings, but also means a little bit more for your squad as you guys retire the jersey of former player and assistant coach Matt Eckert. I know you played with him, you coached with him. What's a night like this mean to your team and to you?
Yeah, it's a special night to remember a great guy and player. We're hoping that everybody comes out and they're hungry, and that's what Matt would want from us. So we're looking forward to a big night and showing everybody in here what this team means business.
Now his number 43 will be hung up in the rafters beside Tyson Downs, I can only imagine, and I know that's something your team's adopted throughout the beginning of this season is the Matt Eckert effort player jersey. I believe it's for the player that showed the most work ethic throughout a game. What's a symbolic thing like that mean for your team to be able to kind of honor him in that way?
Yeah, it's a great honor for guys to give them a little incentive to give that extra effort on the floor, and Eki meant a lot to those guys, and Tyson's one of their brothers as well. So, there's these guys have had a rough go, and it's nice to connect with Lacrosse.
Now, obviously, it's been thrown all over social media. I know I mentioned it this morning on Bayshore Broadcasting. What's it like to see all these people turning out in droves for an event like this, for a big night for your team, but again, for the Eckert family?
Yeah, it just shows how special of a community we have, and lacrosse is life around here. Hockey in the winter, lacrosse in the summer.
Thank you so much, Travis Gibbons. I'll now go to JC Coots for the in-ring festivities here next.
here up in the broadcast booth. And even with that just about 200-foot shot to end the period, they were getting Windsor their second goal of the contest via Kane Murphy. It has been a very dominant game so far by the Owen Sound NorthStars, but if you would have heard from Colton McKechnie in the first intermission, they got to play a full 60 and they can't take periods off, at least can't have big droughts like they've had earlier in this season. And even in a game like this where you're up pretty big, they can't afford to have a quiet period because Windsor will make this game closer, and once it gets a little closer, it gets a little bit tense, if you will.
Yeah, and I think, again, what Colton alluded to, we might have saw a little bit that in that second period. I mean, you know, they certainly outmanned Windsor with respect to skill in the offensive area. And Windsor certainly got broken down a number of times in the first period, and we didn't see much of that in the second period. You know, there was a couple nice goals scored, but they really they didn't will themselves to keep the momentum going, which they started to build that last 10 minutes of the first period. And I think that might explain why Owen Sound even is not the sum of all their parts when it comes to the offensive abilities they show. They have pretty good size up there. They all have pretty good skill sets, but yet, you know, they are one of the top teams in the league with respect to defending the cage, but they are also one of the lowest scoring teams in the league, which is somewhat hard to fathom with who they put out the front door and the skill set that they do have.
It is kind of that I'll say weird conundrum, Steve, where I wouldn't say Owen Sound's a spectacular defensive team. Like, they do a great job of getting in passing lanes. They have some great individual defenders. Taylor Bennett's been sparkling here at the Bayshore, but like, you don't watch them and go, oh my goodness, like this is a defensive juggernaut, if you will. And some other teams are. And you know, they're so good as a team defensively, and they have such good goaltending when they do have small breakdowns. You know, that they do, you know, all in all have a very successful defensive lineup.
I think for what they may give up inside, they are all relatively quick. You do not have anybody on that D side that lumbers around and is there because they're a big body. I mean, they're, like I said before, they're very athletic. They all have quick feet, and it helps them create a lot of double opportunities as well when defending.
As the faceoff is won by the junior C call-up in Caleb Brown, and Brown will cruise in. Brown, a pretty big body to be a call-up from the Rampage, as Voel's got a hold of it. Nice move there. Colby Ray, nice move! Never got a chance to fire as he steps in. That ball fired up and hits the waiting arms of Whitson. Right near the line as that's caught by Van Stelpe. Played back, and Simpson hits Brennan. Brock Brennan trying to spin to fire, does, but it's way over the net and caught there in the restricted area as there's some jousting there. As now up the floor comes Nolan McVicker. McVicker shoots that one, good save there by Dieter.
Yeah, it looked like they had an opportunity to move that inside, but just a little hesitation, decided to take the shot, and a nice save by the goaltender.
Whistle's gonna go, and it's gonna be the 8 going against the Clippers.
Again, those are just killers when you can't clear the zone in 8 seconds when you have that opportunity. So when you're trying to utilize the clock and get back into this game.
Nice pass in front there from Brown to Voel. Voel gets the shot away, but better save by the Clipper netminder. Played around now to Elmore. Donovan Elmore has only played it in his 4th game here in the Junior B, but has 8 points in his first 3 games, and that's a good save there by Flooney.
Yeah, again, from distance though, and you know what they witnessed from Flooney, he is not likely going to let those in.
And the 8 called there against Owen Sound as Flooney kind of fanned on the first shot, or first pass there, which chewed up about 4 seconds of it. Now a chance for the Clippers on the extra possession. Give it away almost instantaneously. And it's Lone Wickens down the floor.
Lone Wickens, bounce off a check, bounced into the turf and goes out of play. Again, Everest, who is a very talented offensive weapon, does get the, I'll say odd, he played a lot of defense in the first game here at the Bayshore, but does play quite a bit of defense for a guy who's got such skill, as you see regularly. Ball hits the turf as Coverdale gets it away. 3 different black shirts converge on the ball handler there in Nolan McVicker. Down went Klages, and now possession back for the Clippers. Lucky for Owen Sound, all their defender was already on the floor, so there's no change needed. Van Stelpe gets fended off there by Chase Garvey. Down for Elmore. Elmore cruises in, trying to get his hands free, passed across. Good job in the lane there was Nathan Coverdale. Trying to get away now as Coverdale again caught him up right behind the net there, and away will go Owen Sound, and racing up the floor goes Hayden Hindle. Hindle trying to spin off as he'll play it back now. Vole played over. Vole tried to get the pass back, never able to catch, as Sundown couldn't catch it either off the turf, as him and McKechnie will converge there on the ball handler. As away he will go. Whitson over. Simpson will try to reroute towards the net. Thrown back and caught by Brock Brennan, who will play all the way back down to Van Stelpe. Played over. Trying to look for an option. That ball airmailed. Delpy trying to retrieve it. He got caught before ever catching and thrown over. And now a chance for Jackson Ray. Another breakaway. Ray in. Good save there by Dieter on Jackson Ray, who's got one tonight.
That was a nice shot, far side, low, and the goaltender made a great save.
Nice move now in for the Clippers. Chance to fire. Waited maybe a little too long. Rebound in. Blocked again. I think that was Bennett maybe getting in the way. May just popped high in fairness, but now Marcus Garner-Patak with possession. Gives it off as Vole McElmoyle. Shot there, that one blocked. That was Colby Ray with the attempt. Back now's got to get Brian Vole and Colby Ray 2-on-2. Ray, nice defensive move, but a good save there by Flooney. Ball never caught on the rebound there for the Clippers, who may have had a great chance there on the rebound. Taken down, and the whistle will go against Hayden Hindle.
Yeah, a little push on the back resulted in the referee calling the play and awarding it to Windsor.
As the Clippers back on offense, Van Stelpe played down low. That shot right into the netting there of the netminder. Whistle's going to come, tie up in front, and they're going to call Logan Klages on a cross-check, and he is unimpressed. And it's going to actually be a hold against Logan Klages, who, again, admittedly is a pretty rough and tumble kid. Got a major in the game on Thursday, but against him, I have to admit, Logan's been pretty good at keeping himself in check tonight and not getting himself invested in the extracurriculars, as now back will come the Clippers on the power play. They have one power play goal tonight on the 5-minute major to Dawson Marshall that got them their first goal of the contest. Bennett right out. That shot right off the glove hand there by Jacob Flooney. That ball will go all the way down as Bennett's going to go try to play chase, picked up by Dieters, who will now go the other way with Vance Delpy. But what a glove save there by the netminder Jacob Flooney.
Yeah, that shot was labeled. It was a nice look far side, and he's going to try it again. Nice.
There it is. Finally getting back on the score sheet there are the Clippers. 8-3 now with Keegan Bernier. Actually, no, pardon me. Keegan Bernier was the passer there. He'll get the apple, as I believe it's looking go, with the goal there, number 8, who leads this team in goals now, number 22 on his season.
Yeah, that was a shot labeled for the top corner, and it found its way in there, and not many goaltenders would have an opportunity to save that one unless they guessed right.
Tie up there and picked up by the Clippers, retrieved though right at the line. I was wondering how they'd call that, but they will say he was going that way, so now it'll be retrieved by Owen Sound as Played over by Sundown. Got Lone Wickens. Vole gets the screen. Vole trying to reroute and find his opening. Now for Keegan McElmoyle, for Colton McKechnie. McKechnie gets it whacked out of his stick. McKechnie does reacquire, fires that one, and it will be saved into the corner. Who's the first one there? It will be the Clippers. Held up for the second, but does finally get away, and it's right around Sundown. Played forward, now hot off the bench come the reinforcements here. Elmore giving off to the top there. Arthur, good save by Flooney on that attempt by Owen Arthur. Ball right near the line as Jackson Ray tried to fish it around. Now Coverdale tried to fish it around, and Ray will finally get a hold of it. Fired now up for a wide open Sly Sundown. Sundown, one of the rare times he's out first, but a pass. Brock McElmoyle back now as a fake there by Colby Ray. As back now for Caleb Brown. Brown cruises his way in. Brown fires, scores! Caleb Brown! The West Gray Rampage call-up gets the goal and makes it 9-3 and finally gets Owen Sound back on the board.
Yeah, nice individual effort. Just kept pushing down the wall there and beat his guy, and a straight overhand shot. And I'm not sure if that was 5-hole or not, but no, far side. So well done.
First Junior B game, first Junior B goal for Caleb Brown. You couldn't have drawn it up better, Steve, for the Junior C call-up. And Steve's not going to find his 50-50 number to see if he's won the money, because, again, with a rather large crowd for the Matt Eckert jersey retirement, the prize pool's a little bit bigger than I'd say normal here at the Bay Shore for the 50-50. As now in, McKechnie gets caught up and is not able to fire before stepping into the cage there, as some whacks go on after the whistle goes. There's a nice fake there right near the center line, as now Simpson. Passed across, Elmore caught it, but on the wrong hand, so not able to get in a shooting angle. Played back for Vance Delpy, got 10 left to work here. Fired I think that's a shot, misses the target, required. And you're gonna have to just be thrown in the corner, and it will. And now up the floor will come Nolan McVicker. McVicker blocks the tightrope and gets it off for Sly Sundown. Sundown, play down for Levine, who hits McElmoyle. McElmoyle, nice fake. Brock McElmoyle fires that one, saved off the shoulder. Down to retrieve it goes Caleb Brown, who again, a pretty big customer. Again, rather big as the offensive players for Owen Sound. McElmoyle, Sundown, McKechnie. Now Caleb Brown, who's a rather large individual. As there's a rook there in the corner. Again, sometimes lacrosse looks more like rugby than it does lacrosse, as now away will come the ball handler in the Clippers. Gonna get forced though by two different orange shirts right at the line, and wait a second, slash going against Owen Sound, I think. And who got it? Colby Ray? No, it'll be going for two or less. Looks to be Caleb Brown. So another power play for the Windsor Clippers. So many Windsor names in my mind. Lancers from the OUA. Windsor Clippers for Junior B lacrosse. Windsor Spitfires from the OHL.
And the Windsor for the longest time in senior lacrosse, junior lacrosse, were the Warlocks.
I did know that. Scores! Go with another. His second of the night makes it 9-4. Another power play goal, I believe the third of the night for the Clippers. So the power play is finally clicking for the away side. And you mentioned that they're called the Warlocks. I'm not sure if they're still called it, but I know they were called the Warlocks in one of the Father's Day tournaments we had here, and they played in the U17 final against the NorthStars, I believe. I actually do not remember that they were called the Warlocks, which again, sick name, by the way. I don't know why you go against something like that. Clippers, that's all right. Warlocks, that's cool and original. As, Brown gets thrown right into the referee. Away the other way. Ray caught off the rebound there, not able to fire was Hayden Hindle as Colby Ray looking for his first goal of the Junior B career. As away come the Clippers. And actually, pardon me, Colby Ray's already played in 5 games for the Junior Bs. And I believe his first is home for Colby Ray's. He's got 3 goals, 2 assists in those 5 appearances so far for the Junior Bs. As Elmore gets forced around. Got 5 left to shoot. Played down, that shot by Ghost, saved by Flooney. Forced up against the boards. As these two teams continue to joust. As again, lots of tie-ups here. As that one goes in for Flooney. Skied now and hits McVicker. McVicker just trying to get away. As he'll fire it for Sundown. Sundown for McKechnie. Played down now. Vole, what a pass in front! Great save there off of the attempt by Levine. Levine gets forced in, and the whistle's gonna go, and it's gonna go against Owen Sound.
Yeah, he went through the crease to retrieve that loose ball.
It would have been before the shot from behind anyway, sadly. As Levine wasn't happy about the extra bump he took. As Go, gonna get a chance to fire, you think. No, he ends up rerouting. Played back now. Go. Will fire now, and it's a good save there by Flooney.
Yeah, he does. He has an awkward stick, but he has a quick release there, and again, he almost found the 5-hole. Flooney just collapsed in the nick of time.
Bennett slides around a couple different checkers there as he'll get into the offensive zone with the defender. Bennett, fake, still looking for an option that he likes. Goes behind the net now, engages and tries to swim around. Bennett puts that one off the pad. What a move there, and buried into the crease there will go, I believe, Klages, and he's not happy about that either.
I can't believe it took us over 51 minutes to see our first dunk attempt in a Junior B game. So.
Well, I think McKechnie tried at least once. He's gotten a goal from that spot tonight, in this season, as that one stolen by Klages. Klages made it over, so he's gonna have to fire it. Did he? No, he did not, and we'll call the over and back. As I think away for the races was gonna go Marcus Gardner-Patak. Well, again, of all the guys on the Junior Bs you don't want to see in that kind of situation, it would be Marcus Gardner-Patak. Buried down low, and there's going to be a call there on an illegal pick and go the other way. As got dumped, there was Nolan McVicker. As Owen Arthur was the one who went right through him.
Again, just a tough call to take when you're battling back in the game and you've got 8 minutes. Lots of time here to string together a few more goals and take something off ball like that.
Sundown went down, but was able to get the pass away. Colby Ray's taking a beating there behind the net, throwing it in front, nobody home. Caught by McKechnie about a mile away. They'll have to fire with about 5 left to shoot. That one saved there. Ball hits the turf. Can McKechnie get a hold of it? It's 2-on-3 here. Down they go, and the whistle will go against Colby Ray. As the two guys got tied up there, ball taken away by Jackson Ray, and Jackson Ray will race down. He's got Colby Ray in front of him. Jackson Ray for McKechnie. McKechnie saved there. Colby Ray retrieves it. Colby Ray. Round it will go for Vole. Vole fires. That one saved. It goes under the corner. Vole should be the first one there, and he is. Vole behind the net. Off the goalie's head. Interesting move there by Jackson Ray. Has a big hit there in front of the penalty box. Ball hits the turf, right in between some feet. Big hit there, and that surprisingly is not an over and back. Great job there by
He did a great job keeping his feet on the O side of the line there, and didn't get it to his player, but a great effort.
As Everest, who was able to pick up the ball, plays it over. Tried to get it down there, as that was Colby Ray. Now Caleb Brown is able to retrieve it. Brown now in towards the net, dived across the net. What athleticism there by the AP, by the Junior C Rampage. Now in, Owen Arthur lost it as he got bumped, and he's gonna grab a hold of Gardner Patak, who again is not much of a fighter from what I've seen of him previously, and now Gardner Patak will go, and look at him open up. Got bumped, lost possession, goes to McKechnie. McKechnie will pass it open, Vol in, just over the net. I think may have hit Dieters, but regardless, he ends up going right across the goal face. Down now. That shot right into the wickets there of the netminder, Jacob Flooney. Flooney fires it, skied it. It doesn't get to its intended target immediately, but does finally find the stick of Nolan McVicker. McVicker finds his target. No, he does not. It'll be an over and back going the other way. Missed Coverdale by a little bit.
Well, we still got quite a back and forth flow to this game with only 5:46 to go. A lot of energy left in the legs, so Windsor's still looking to chip away a little bit at a time here.
Especially with Owenstown playing just yesterday down in St. Catharines. Had a long bus ride back. As that shot scores! Go! Gets his third. It makes it 9-5.
And again, there's still plenty of time. And again, what we've witnessed a good number of games this season is Owenstown just letting their foot off the gas, not taking care of business in the offensive end. They certainly have the, like I said, the players that can do it, but for whatever reason, good goaltending has been a part of this, as the Windsor goaltender has stood pretty tall here most of the night in Dieters, but they've certainly had an opportunity to put more than 9 up on the board.
Caleb Brown tried to force his way through there. His faceoff is technically won by Windsor, and now Owen Arthur trying to get away, passed over, bounced it, but missed his intended target by a little bit. Tied up and now taken by Owenstown. Fired up the floor, wide opens McKechnie. McKechnie, nobody in front. Scores! Colton McKechnie doubles the lead, 10-5. And Steve, by your reaction, of all the players in Orange to let have that kind of runway, roll out the red carpet, Colton McKechnie's the last guy you'd want to see.
Yeah, and again, it's just it's the job of the trail defender to make sure that nobody's leaking up the floor. And they all bailed out thinking that they had the offense in hand to turnover, and again, like you said, of all people, probably the hottest player in the league, standing down there, nobody within 50 feet of him, and Colton made no mistake and added to his totals.
Nice job there by Brown, just trying to get a hold of it. Nice job, Caleb Brown, got through a couple different ways. Stick checks. Nice shot there by McKechnie. It's saved there by Dieters. As now Windsor trying to get themselves that goal back as it hits Elmore. Elmore looking to fire, played it behind the net. All the way around will go Simpson. Simpson tied up now by Coverdale, joining in. Looked to be Hindle. Fires that one low, but it got blocked, and the shot clock will go.
Again, great double by Owenstown. I'm not quite sure how Simpson got out of there and was able to get a shot away, although it was blocked. Great look to great timing to double that when the defender is back to the wall, and he did a good job wiggling out of it.
Fired across now for Sundown. Sundown. Colby Ray. Colby Ray tried to get it to Vol, but got stolen as Sundown caught somebody, I think, high or low. I'm not exactly sure. Labored, though, as Colby Ray had to go back and play some defense. The Clippers will now reroute. That's a shot there and a better save again by Flooney. Sky, but he got blocked, so right back to him, and now McVicker will get over. Almost a mistake there by the youngster in Colby Ray. McKechnie, nice spin. Will cruise his way in now. McKechnie spins again. Pass that one, just missed his intended target of Brown, and that will get over. Good attempt, but just no cigar there for Owenstown. As that was Everest Sloan-Wickens who will stay for the second at least. 3:15 left in this third, and looks like final period as Elmore looks to fire. That one saved. Coverdale got to get away, lost it.
Nice pressure by Windsor to create that turnover and see if they can make something of it.
Played all the way around now. Simpson. Played over now, Elmore. Elmore fires that one, saved by Flooney.
And Windsor just hasn't figured out how to get inside here, not running any two-man games at all on or even off ball. And again, just they've worked hard, but they don't have the offense down here to create anything more than individual efforts.
Brown just couldn't catch the pass from Sundown. Sundown's gonna retreat. As cruising up the floor came Kane Murphy. Passed wide open, there goes, got three. Go in, right there into the wicket, saved by Jacob Flooney. Flooney's gotta get it over, he'll take a little bit of a peruse. He skies it, gets it there, is now wide open Klages, just over the 8 seconds there. Great job by Owen Sound to be able to reroute. Nice pass in front, just couldn't catch was McElmoyle, who may have had a really good lane there. Chance to go though for the Black Shirts in. Great save again by Jacob Flooney. Yeah. I'm telling you, Steve, when there are breakdowns for Owen Sound, their netminders and Plater and Flooney have been great at bailing them out.
Yeah, again, he had to move to that ball to make the save. It wasn't just a positional stance, and yeah, great opportunity for Windsor to inch a little bit closer, although we're running out of time, but again, Flooney with an outstanding save.
Running out of sand in the hourglass on the Clippers as Vol fires that one right into the wickets there, and it's saved by Dieters. Good catch there by Van Stelpe. Elmore, with about a minute left here in this third, this third and final period. Good save again there by Flooney. Skyden caught by Bennett one-handed. Oh my! Bennett takes 1, 2, 3 bumps, keeps possession, and will go. Taylor Bennett might well take the shot. Taylor, he does, and that one goes wide. Stays in play and caught there off the bounce. What a play though by Taylor Bennett to catch that one one-handed, no less. What an effort there by the North Star. As now Windsor will have the most likely second last possession of this contest, as nice move there by Van Stelpe, save there as he'll bump into a North Star. Flooney will peruse his way out and will fire it down the floor and will hit Nolan McVicker, who never caught it. Ball hits the turf and McKechnie does. McKechnie will reroute. 1 second basically separates the shot clock from the game clock, as this game is about to expire, as McKechnie tries to get around 2 different Black Shirts. He does, kind of. We'll throw it into the middle. Caught Levine. That one saved as he's still caught up, and that will be the game. With 1 second left in the contest, they'll let it go. And it's a big win for Owen Sound. On the night they retire Matt Eckert's number 43. They get a much-needed win to get their 4th win of the season.
Yeah, 10-5, fairly decisive win, but again, they're going to need to really dial up the offense. The defense has kind of been there all season for the most part. They leaked a little bit last night to St. Catharines, I guess, but nonetheless, they got a bit of an uphill climb here, but they certainly have looks like they have the dogs to run here. If they can put something together here with all the home games they have in the bank to make a run of those playoffs.
That is their 4th win of the season. They now go ahead of the Windsor Clippers for sole possession of 9th place in the OLA standings. With that being said, London currently down 8-3 to the Guelph Regals. Guelph 3rd right now in the West, while London is 7th at 6-4. That's a big result in favor of Owen Sound, who has to play London a second time later this season. They're also just behind now the 5-5 Hamilton Bengals, so again, everything to play for. We'll also mention that Point Edward plays the Orangeville Northmen here today. Their game is just starting up on this Sunday afternoon. And Steve, again, lots to still play for here in the OLA standings, but obviously Owen Sound's got to start winning games fast, and tonight is the beginning of that, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, there's not many teams behind you in the standings, so you can't give up any games to them, and you just sort of start hacking away at the guys that are ahead of you, and they took care of business tonight, and they're in the thick of it, but they're going to have to string a bunch of wins together.
And again, we mentioned it throughout the broadcast. I think it's a good way to kind of wrap up tonight's game. Jacob Flooney, the backup netminder, in tonight. Again, sparkling, and again, you can say he's back up. He's been getting some of the, also easier matchups. Welland, for example, Windsor, who's now below them in the standings, but still, you got to win games, and he's been good, and he's been making big saves for them and bailing them out in situations as well.
Yeah, he was exceptional again tonight. We saw the same thing against Welland last weekend, and yeah, he's making the saves he should, and he's making the ones that perhaps he shouldn't, and yeah, he's been really good. It's good to give Miles Plater a break and know you got a guy that can come in and do the job, and no doubt he'd be ready to step in against any team in this league.
That is for sure. Owen Sound with a big win here tonight, 10-5 over the Windsor Clippers. We're back, I believe, this coming weekend. I know you and I are for the MSL squad on the 30th. They get their home opener here at the Bay Shore, which I cannot wait for. But again, the Junior Bees have a ton of home games coming up in the coming weeks with the way the schedule was made up and the way they had the road start, which again probably adds to their 3-7 start before tonight. Now 4-7 start through 11 games with all those road games. So hopefully with the home cooking leads to some big wins and a rise in the standings for those Junior B NorthStars. But for Steve McCarthy, myself, Spencer Byers, the great Pat Quigley and our volunteers, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you later this month, or going into later this month on Rogers TV.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com.
Welcome to the expansive region of Grey County, where we cultivate more than food. We cultivate stories, connections, and flavors, right here with our vibrant agri-food community. I'm Roger Mooking, and I'm excited to take you on this culinary adventure. From farm to table, let's gather in Grey and savor the taste of community. Down Home is a farmhouse restaurant in Markdale featuring an intimate dining experience with foraged goods and house ferments. Tell me how you discovered Grey County.
Just realizing how many incredible farms, 4 season tourism, artisans, producers, so many wonderful people. You just feel drawn to that.
As much as you're procuring ingredients from local vendors and suppliers, you're actually harvesting Grey County.
We're like 10 minutes from a lot of our suppliers. We have met so many creative young entrepreneurs who are doing things that are fantastic.
Secret Lands Farm is a Feast Ontario certified farm producing high-quality lamb and dairy products. Just outside of Flesherton, they have over 400 sheep.
All of our lamb is an East Frisian breed. This lamb is different because it's not gamey, it's more tender, and it's not overly fatty.
We have a small store in the farm, and we also ship our product across Canada from farm to your table.
Sophie, welcome to Rocklands Market.
Thank you so much.
I see your products all over the county. How does it feel to be able to put it in the hands of chefs and the public, and they return as customers?
They are our inspiration. When people support farmers and they support local producers, it's good. It's an amazing opportunity to take care of yourself and take care of the society.
Donald's Honey is an organic practicing farm producing raw honey with bees that forage on local wildflowers and sweet clover. Together, these three make a beautiful love triangle. So what's special about Grey County to you, Gabe?
I'm an outdoors person. The outdoors in this area is amazing.
There's just So much diversity up here in people and places.
Do you find yourself selling a lot to chefs directly?
We get to work with so many other businesses in one way or another. People are so connected to their producers, where their food comes from, how it's grown, ensuring they only buy local. They don't just say it, they live it up here.
What are we gonna be making here to complement this cheese board and this honey?
The unsimple garden salad.
So how do we start?
Just this beautiful green puree, some parsley out of the garden, and a little bit of borage.
Fan of herbs, big time. What's next, Doug?
Some cherry tomatoes over some wood coals and like a little bit of marinade and a little bit of that honey.
Great start. What do you got next here?
Fresh ricotta.
So good. So let's see some of this more hearty veg getting on the plate, yeah?
Yeah, sure. We'll start with these like cucumbers and carrots here.
Beautiful.
Next, I'm gonna do a little bit of the vinaigrette and then we'll lay in our fine stuff.
It looks like we're at the finishing stages and there's some ingredients left over for garnish.
Yeah, so we're just gonna quickly start putting some nice salad greens and different things in here.
Well, I love it. It's beautiful and it's gonna work really great with this cheese board.
Definitely.
Yeah?
You can feel it. There's a lot of like amazing things to come.
It's a good country, good people. It's so friendly. We are happy.
Yeah, it just really feels like community.
It just feels like home.
Yeah.
Gather in Gray and savor the taste of community. Discover more Gather videos and learn more about Gray County at gatheringray.ca. Welcome to Gray County, specifically the township of Southgate, where sweetness and tradition come together in perfect harmony. I'm Roger Mooking, and today we're visiting two locations, Misty Meadows and the Holstein Maple Festival. From seeing how maple syrup is made to using it in baked goods, we're here to celebrate the craftsmanship and the community spirit of Gray County. Welcome to the Holstein Maple Fest, where we savor the sweetness of Gray County. I'm Roger Mooking, and today we're celebrating the 30th anniversary. From pancake breakfast to hands-on syrup making, there's so much to experience. Let's gather in Gray and savor the sweetness of community right here at the Holstein Maple Festival. I'm here with Ray from Love Sweetness Maple Syrup. How many years have you been doing this, Ray?
This is our 30th year. We were making a small amount of maple syrup and it brought me to the sugar bush, and I just thought it would be a great way to involve the community.
So how long have you been making maple syrup? And have you been doing that longer than the festival?
Yes, longer than the festival. We've been doing maple syrup about 40 years.
So what makes Gray County maple syrup so special?
Well, I think its location, for one thing, and it's got perfect climate for it.
Do you still love it?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ray.
Oh,
it's a pleasure speaking with you.
Very welcome.
I'm going to take a moment and explore the festival.
Enjoy.
So you've been doing this a long time. What are some of the challenges you see when you're making syrup?
Well, it all starts when we first start tapping the trees. You could have buried sap lines, animal damage, tree damage.
And I understand the sap has to stay cold from once you harvest it to when you start boiling it. It wants to go off really quickly. It wants to spoil, right?
The best quality syrup comes from maintaining 5 degrees Celsius right from the tree to finished product.
So what is this contraption we see, this big silver behemoth behind us here?
No, it's called the maple syrup evaporator.
Evaporator. So how does it work exactly? So you collect syrup in these lines?
Then it comes into a central tank building.
Okay.
And then we run it through the reverse osmosis. We take about 50% of the water out before it enters into the evaporator. It's more fuel efficient and greener for the environment.
So I know it's 40 liters of sap to make 1 liter of maple syrup with sugar maples. Has there been like a season, you know, like, oh, the 1979 vintage was like that? Is there like that with maple syrup?
2 years ago in 2023 actually was really good flavor from start to finish.
Like, that's amazing, Doug. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. He was so kind, he's gonna give me a bucket load of maple syrup. Welcome to Misty Meadows Market, located in the southernmost point of Gray County in the township of Southgate. Today we step back in time to experience the nostalgia of a traditional Mennonite market. From delicious baked goods made fresh daily to locally produced foods, Misty Meadows shows us a simpler way of life. Let's gather in Gray and savor the taste of tradition at Misty Meadows Market. Let's go. Now the trick to a Gray tart is you want that golden, crunchy crust with a gooey center. So what's critical is the dough. You just portion out all of the dough into your tart tray. Voila, just like that. Now we gotta take them and press them. Just like that. We have pressed butter tarts. Now we're gonna take these shells and fill them. This butter tart filling is a mixture of butter, maple syrup, brown sugar, and a little hint of vanilla. Misty Meadow butter tarts cook for 20 minutes at 375 degrees. And when they come out, just like that. Gather in Gray and savor the taste of community. Discover more Gather videos and learn more about Gray County at gatheringray.ca. Welcome to winter in Gray County, where the cold weather brings us all together. I'm Roger Mooking, and today we're exploring how this vibrant region supports local producers in the heart of winter. From cozy markets to snowy mountaintop adventures, let's gather in Gray and savor the warmth of community. The Owen Sound Farmers Market is a vibrant hub of local products, community spirit, and artisanal goods. I'm Roger Mooking, and today we're diving into the heart of this vibrant market. From fresh coffee to authentic African and fast French cuisine, the farmers market has lots to explore and taste. Tell me a little bit about the Owen Sound Farmers Market. Feels like it's been here forever.
It has been here forever. In fact, we're a producer market, so you have to either have grown it, baked it, made it, fed it, produced it in order to be here.
So roughly how many vendors, how many guests are coming through every Saturday?
We can have up to 60.
Up to 60 vendors?
During summer. During winter, we obviously don't have as much space.
And how many guests roughly, like when it's really busy in the summertime?
Peak time, 1,500 people, and we're open every Saturday year round. And we have very dedicated market patrons. It means a lot to a lot of people.
I'm kind of jealous of your hat. Can I get one of these bags?
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
It's
Maureen.
beautiful.
I see you.
Cheers.
I'm gonna go walk around. Okay, Gilles, you're famous here in Owen Sound Farmers Market for making crepes and galettes.
Yes.
Right? So how did you get into doing that?
Well, I'm from Bretagne in France, so that's where the crepes and galettes are from.
So you're born to do this?
Yeah, I'm born to do this.
How do we start?
Okay, so we got the batter, so it's buckwheat, water, and eggs. You don't put any pressure.
Ah, the natural weight, right?
Yeah.
And how long does this take?
Just a couple minutes. It's fast French food.
Okay, so now it's like bubbling up like this. Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah, but then we're gonna flip it to put the filling inside. You wanna pass me the mushroom first?
Okay. And I see some herbs in there.
Parsley.
Oh, parsley.
Parsley and some garlic.
Oh, some garlic, okay.
Old cheddar. Nice and generous.
Look at that. And then the ham?
Old-fashioned ham.
So this is the most famous galette that you make?
Yeah.
How many of these are you selling on a weekend?
A lot.
A lot. It's too many to count. All right. And then you close it up.
Yeah.
I like the little crease you do before you do the last fold.
Yeah, it's 8 to 4, right?
Man, that one is thick.
There you go.
Look at that one.
That's why, you know why it's more popular. It's nice breakfast.
Oh, yeah. That's a hearty breakfast. That's a hearty breakfast.
You're going to find out why it's the most popular.
No, why is it the most popular? Mmm. Really good. Gilles?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
When you come to Owen Sound Farmers Market, check out the crepes guy. Gilles will hook you up.
Thanks.
I'm gonna take this one to go. So this is Dee Dee's Authentic African Kitchen.
You're right.
So how long have you been here?
about a year and a half, almost 2 years.
So what kind of cuisine are you doing here? From what region of Africa? What country?
So it's mainly Ghanaian cuisine.
So what kind of stuff are you serving here?
So mostly the meat pies, and I have frozen jollof rice. It's really good. But the meat pies are the most kind of popular ones.
So can I try some of those meat pies that you have here?
Oh, certainly.
So who makes the better jollof rice, the Ghanaians or the Nigerians?
Oh, Ghanaians.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to dig into that. The local community loves it. I know I'm gonna love it too. Well, I know because I already had it before. Thank you, Ivy.
Thank you.
See you, okay?
Thank you.
Respect. Gather in Gray and savor the taste of community. Discover more Gather videos and learn more about Gray County at gatheringray.ca.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Welcome to the expansive region of Gray County, where we cultivate more than food. We cultivate stories, connections, and flavors, right here with our vibrant agri-food community. I'm Roger Mooking, and I'm excited to take you on this culinary adventure. From farm to table, let's gather in Gray and savor the taste of community. Down Home is a farmhouse restaurant in Markdale featuring an intimate dining experience with foraged goods and house ferments. Tell me how you discovered Gray County.
Just realizing how many incredible farms, four-season tourism, artisans, producers, so many wonderful people. You just feel drawn to that.
As much as you're procuring ingredients from local vendors and suppliers, you're actually harvesting Gray County.
We're like 10 minutes from a lot of our suppliers. We have met so many creative young entrepreneurs who are doing things that are fantastic.
Secret Lands Farm is a Feast Ontario certified farm producing high-quality lamb and dairy products. Just outside of Flesherton, they have over 400 sheep.
All of our lamb, it's an East Frisian breed. This lamb is different because it's not gamey, it's more tender, and it's not overly fatty.
We have a small store in the farm, and we also ship our product across Canada from farm to your table.
Sophie, welcome to Rocklands Market.
Thank you so much.
I see your products all over the county. How does it feel to be able to put it in the hands of chefs and the public, and they return as customers?
They are our inspiration. When people support farmers and they support local producers, it's good. It's an amazing opportunity to take care of yourself and take care of the society.
Donald's Honey is an organic practicing farm producing raw honey with bees that forage on local wildflowers and sweet clover. Together, these three make a beautiful love triangle. So what's special about Gray County to you, Gabe?
I'm an outdoors person. The outdoors in this area is amazing.
There's just so much diversity up here in people and places.
Do you find yourself selling a lot to chefs directly?
We get to work with so many other businesses in one way or another. People are so connected to their producers, where their food comes from, how it's grown, ensuring they only buy local. They don't just say it, they live it up here.
What are we gonna be making here to complement this cheese board and this honey?
The unsimple garden salad.
So how do we start?
Just this beautiful green puree, some parsley out of the garden, and a little bit of borage.
Fan of herbs, big time. What's next, Doug?
Some cherry tomatoes, over some wood coals, and a little bit of marinade, and a little bit of that honey.
Great start. What do you got next here?
Fresh ricotta.
So good. So let's see some of this more hearty veg getting on the plate, yeah?
Yeah, sure. We'll start with these cucumbers and carrots here.
Beautiful.
Next, I'm gonna do a little bit of the vinaigrette, and then we'll lay in our fine stuff.
It looks like we're at the finishing stages and there's some ingredients left over for garnish.
Yeah, so we're just gonna quickly start putting some nice salad greens and different things in here.
Well, I love it. It's beautiful, and it's gonna work really great with this cheese board.
Definitely.
Yeah?
You can feel it. There's a lot of like amazing things to come.
It's a good country, good people. It's so friendly. We are happy.
Yeah, it just really feels like community.
It just feels like home.
Yeah.
Gather in Gray and savor the taste of community. Discover more Gather videos and learn more about Gray County at gatheringray.ca. Welcome to Gray County, specifically the township of Southgate, where sweetness and tradition come together in perfect harmony. I'm Roger Mooking, and today we're visiting two locations, Misty Meadows and the Holstein Maple Festival. From seeing how maple syrup is made to using it in baked goods, we're here to celebrate the craftsmanship and the community spirit of Gray County. Welcome to the Holstein Maple Fest, where we savor the sweetness of Gray County. I'm Roger Mooking, and today we're celebrating the 30th anniversary. From pancake breakfast to hands-on syrup making, there's so much to experience. Let's gather in Gray and savor the sweetness of community right here at the Holstein Maple Festival. I'm here with Ray from Love Sweetness Maple Syrup. How many years have you been doing this, Ray?
This is our 30th year. We were making a small amount of maple syrup, and it brought me to the sugar bush, and I just thought it would be a great way to involve the community.
So how long have you been making maple syrup? And have you been doing that longer than the festival?
Yes, longer than the festival. We've been doing maple syrup about 40 years.
So what makes Gray County maple syrup so special?
Well, I think its location, for one thing, and it's got perfect climate for it.
Do you still love it?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ray.
Oh,
it's a pleasure speaking with you.
Very welcome.
I'm going to take a moment and explore the festival.
Enjoy.
So you've been doing this a long time. What are some of the challenges you see when you're making syrup?
Well, it all starts when we first start tapping the trees. You could have buried sap lines, animal damage, tree damage.
And I understand the sap has to stay cold from when to harvest it to when you start boiling it. It wants to go off really quickly. It wants to spoil, right?
The best quality syrup comes from maintaining 5 degrees Celsius right from the tree to finished product.
So what is this contraption we see, this big silver behemoth behind us here?
No, it's called the maple syrup evaporator.
Evaporator. So how does it work exactly? So you collect syrup in these lines?
Then it comes into a central tank building.
Okay.
And then we run it through the reverse osmosis. We take about 50% of the water out before it enters into the evaporator. It's more fuel efficient and greener for the environment.
So I know it's 40 liters of sap to make 1 liter of maple syrup with sugar maples. Has there been like a season, you know, like, oh, the 1979 vintage was like that? Is there like that with maple syrup?
2 years ago in 2023 actually was really good flavor from start to finish.
Like, that's amazing, no? It's a pleasure to meet you, Ray. Thank you so much. He was so kind, he's gonna give me a bucket load of maple syrup. Welcome to Misty Meadows Market, located in the southernmost point of Gray County in the township of Southgate. Today we step back in time to experience the nostalgia of a traditional Mennonite market. From delicious baked goods made fresh daily to locally produced foods, Misty Meadows shows us a simpler way of life. Let's gather in Gray and savor the taste of tradition at Misty Meadows Market. Let's go. Now the trick to a Gray tart is you want that golden, crunchy crust with a gooey center. So what's critical is the dough. You just portion out all of the dough into your tart tray. Voila, just like that. Now we gotta take them and press them. Just like that. We have pressed butter tarts. Now we're gonna take these shells and fill them. This butter tart filling is a mixture of butter, maple syrup, brown sugar, and a little hint of vanilla. Misty Meadow butter tarts cook for 20 minutes at 375 degrees. And when they come out, just like that. Gather in Gray and savor the taste of community. Discover more Gather videos and learn more about Grey County at gatheringgrey.ca. Welcome to winter in Grey County, where the cold weather brings us all together. I'm Roger Mooking, and today we're exploring how this vibrant region supports local producers in the heart of winter. From cozy markets to snowy mountaintop adventures, let's gather in Grey and savor the warmth of community. The Owen Sound Farmers Market is a vibrant hub of local products, community spirit, and artisanal goods. I'm Roger Mooking, and today we're diving into the heart of this vibrant market. From fresh coffee to authentic African and fast French cuisine, the farmers market has lots to explore and taste. Tell me a little bit about the Owen Sound Farmers Market. It feels like it's been here forever.
It has been here forever. In fact, we're a producer market, so you have to either have grown it, baked it, made it, fed it, produced it in order to be here.
So roughly how many vendors, how many guests are coming through every Saturday?
We can have up to 60.
Up to 60 vendors?
During summer. During winter, we obviously don't have as much space.
And how many guests roughly, like when it's really busy in the summertime?
Peak time, 1,500 people, and we're open every Saturday year round. And we have very dedicated market patrons. It means a lot to a lot of people.
I'm kind of jealous of your hat. Can I get one of these bags?
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
It's
Maureen.
beautiful.
I'll see you.
Cheers.
I'm gonna go walk around.